Around the world, people live in places you'd never imagine. At 6,500 feet above sea level, there's a place where to get there, you have to leave everything behind. No roads, no cell phone signal, not even a single sound of modern civilization. There's only one way to escape this place in an emergency, but you'll discover what makes this place so special that people call it true paradise. There's a village where residents live right on top of an active volcano. And now, only helicopters can reach this place. Why would they choose to live on this giant ticking time bomb? What makes life on a volcano's edge so compelling that they're willing to bet their very lives? Get ready to explore the most shocking inhabited places on Earth. Deep in the Italian Alps, at about 2,000 meters altitude, lies a retreat for those seeking absolute silence. This is no ordinary mountain getaway. There are no roads leading there, no traffic noise or exhaust fumes, and no crowds. Instead, visitors find pure nature, clear air, and silence so deep it feels tangible. Reaching this remote refuge is tough. Visitors must hike steep trails, often buried under snow in winter. In emergencies, or when food runs low, a helicopter is the only link to the outside world. This place is meant for those ready to fully surrender to nature, away from modern comforts and digital distractions. The reward is exceptional. Mornings bring endless mountain ranges glowing in dawn's soft light. During the day, only the wind and birds break the quiet. At night, countless stars create a spectacle no city can match. This retreat suits nature lovers craving silence, not those afraid of loneliness or reliant on modern life. It is a true paradise for self-discovery, inner peace, and harmony with the world. Would you choose a secluded mountain retreat over modern comforts and constant digital connection? What draws you in or pushes you away? Comment and chat with me. On the Japanese island of Aogashima, a small village sits right on the rim of an active volcano crater. The island has 4 volcanoes, one of which erupted in the 18th century, forcing all residents to evacuate. After 50 years of abandonment, the people returned and rebuilt their homes despite the ongoing threat. The island's isolation and harsh environment have forged a close-knit community. There are no roads or ferry services, only helicopters reach the island, making it one of Japan's most isolated inhabited places. Despite the volcanic danger, residents have adapted well. Fertile volcanic soil supports food growth, and geothermal springs provide natural heat for baths, a gift from the earth. To outsiders, living here may seem extreme, but for locals it is their home, paradise, and entire world. They accept risk, coexist with nature, and thrive in a breathtaking yet unpredictable environment. In the middle of the vast Atlantic Ocean, over 1,200 miles from the nearest mainland, lies Tristan da Cunha, one of the most remote places on Earth. About 270 people live there, completely cut off from the modern world. There are no airports or roads connecting the island to anywhere else. To reach it, people must take a 2-week boat journey. If they miss the only supply ship, they face waiting an entire year for the next one. Life on Tristan da Cunha is hard. Fishing, livestock farming, and small-scale agriculture are the only ways to survive. Harsh weather and poor soil make farming difficult. All essential items such as food and medicine must be shipped from thousands of miles away on rare supply boats. Despite the challenges, life on the island offers a unique peace. There is no crime, no traffic, and no rush. Everyone knows each other, forming a close-knit community that supports one another like a big family. Time moves slowly, nature is everywhere, and people live in harmony with it. Tristan da Cunha is more than just an isolated island, it is a world of its own, where simple, beautiful life thrives far from modern chaos. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. It helps support the channel, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more great content. Rising from the vast Arabian desert, Shibam is a unique city known for its striking multi-story mud brick buildings. Often called the Chicago of the desert, its skyline of century-old towers looks surprisingly modern. Unlike typical low-mud brick settlements, Shibam's houses soar up to 100 feet high, made entirely of earth and straw. These impressive structures have stood for over 500 years, showing how humans can adapt to harsh desert conditions. Life in Shibam is tough. Summers reach above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, while winters rarely drop below 64. Sandstorms, drought, and water shortages are daily challenges. The city also faces natural disasters. In 2008, a powerful tropical storm destroyed much of Shibam, but its people refused to leave. Despite these hardships, residents remain determined. They constantly repair and strengthen their ancient buildings to keep Shibam resilient for future generations. More than a World Heritage Site, Shibam symbolizes the human will to survive. It reminds us that true strength comes not from steel or concrete, but from determination, tradition, and a deep bond to one's home. Imagine an entire city inside one building. This is real in Whittier, Alaska, where nearly all 270 residents live in a giant complex called Beach Towers. This building is a city under one roof, containing a school, church, post office, supermarket, town hall, and police station. Most people rarely leave, especially in winter, when deep snow and icy winds up to 100 miles per hour sweep the area. Whittier's connection to the outside world is limited. There is only one tunnel out, which opens on a strict schedule from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and allows traffic in one direction every 30 minutes. Miss the timing, and you might have to wait or spend a freezing night in temperatures far below zero. Whittier's unique design stems from its extreme climate. Instead of building separate homes that would be costly to heat and maintain, everything was combined into one large building to help residents survive the harsh environment. What might seem post-apocalyptic to outsiders is everyday life here. Everyone knows one another, and the city feels like a big family rather than a group of strangers. Here the line between city and home fades, creating a rare, close-knit community unlike anywhere else on Earth. If you love Howl's Moving Castle, the walking house will feel familiar. Copenhagen's real building, created by talented architects, looks like a hexagon and moves thanks to giant mechanical legs. These metal legs let the house slowly relocate. The idea is more than a fun invention. It offers a new way to live with flexible, mobile homes. Living in a moving house brings challenges. Every step changes the interior. Imagine drinking coffee while your living room suddenly shifts. It's an adventure for your balance and demands curiosity and adaptability from those inside. The house's constant motion can be confusing and exciting. This makes it special, not just a home, but a new way to live. It shows that a home doesn't have to stay fixed in one place, challenging our ideas about having a permanent address. Vancouver, Canada, offers a unique living experience with its extraordinary floating homes. These houses rock gently on the waves, creating the sensation of living on a ship. The walls move softly, and the floors slope subtly, making every step feel like gliding on the open sea. This special design gives residents a constant feeling of motion, even when relaxing indoors. For adventure lovers and those who enjoy unusual homes, this is fascinating. But for people who prefer stability, life here can be difficult. Walking through the house requires balance, especially when carrying something like a hot cup of coffee, as the floor shifts with the waves. Living in such a home makes daily life unusual and sometimes chaotic, but also exciting. It's like being on a never-ending cruise, a modern form of nomadic life on water. This lifestyle suits those who want to break away from conventional living, where even walking inside your home becomes an adventure. Montenegro is home to one of the most spiritually significant inhabited places on Earth, the Ostrog Monastery. Perched high in the mountains, nearly 3,300 feet above sea level, it appears carved directly into the rock face. This monastery offers tranquility, spirituality, and deep contemplation, but reaching it demands serious effort. Visitors face a difficult journey along narrow switchbacks, steep paths, and uneven trails that challenge both body and mind. However, those who make the climb are rewarded with breathtaking views and an atmosphere filled with peace and spiritual strength. About 12 monks live here today, choosing a simple, ascetic life far from modern comforts. Their days are devoted to prayer, meditation, and reflection, embodying a pure faith and harmony with nature. Ostrog Monastery is not only a pilgrimage site but also a refuge for anyone seeking peace and meaning away from the busy modern world. Visitors often feel a profound serenity, as if stepping outside time and space to connect deeply with nature and their own soul. The physical challenges of reaching Ostrog are small compared to the spiritual rewards found there. In the California desert lies Slab City, perhaps the most anarchic inhabited place in America. Far from cities and government control, no laws apply here. There are no police or authorities, making it a true last bastion of absolute freedom. Slab City is not an official town but a loose community of dropouts, artists, homeless people, and freedom lovers who reject modern society. There are no leases, taxes, or rules. Anyone can stay and create their own version of the American dream, or nightmare, depending on your view. This freedom has a high cost. There is no running water, electricity, or medical care. Summers exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit, while winters become bitterly cold. Without infrastructure, residents must improvise with solar panels, makeshift shelters, and water tanks. Slab City attracts individualists who want to live entirely on their own terms. But many cannot endure the harsh conditions for long. Without fixed rules or structures, freedom can quickly become overwhelming. Is Slab City a utopia of self-reliance or an illusion of freedom? The answer depends on whether one can accept the severe challenges of life in one of the world's most unforgiving places. Do you think living without laws and rules is true freedom, or can it become a kind of prison? Manila, the capital of the Philippines, has bridges that serve more than just transportation. They are home to hundreds of families living in extreme poverty. Beneath these bridges, makeshift huts made of corrugated iron and wood cling between concrete pillars above rushing water. Children grow up amid traffic noise, dirt, and unbearable stench, with no running water, sanitation, or health care. Residents survive through sheer determination. Adults work odd jobs like street vending, garbage collecting, or day laboring, earning between $5 and $10 daily. Children often take on adult responsibilities too early, missing out on childhood. When the rainy season swells the rivers, their homes become life-threatening. Families must flee to higher ground, losing their few possessions, only to return because they have no other choice. Manila's housing crisis is severe. Proper housing rents are unaffordable for minimum wage workers, and slums are overcrowded. Many under these bridges are former agricultural workers who came seeking better lives but instead got trapped in endless poverty. For these families, the bridges are more than shelter, they are their only home and refuge in a city that overlooks them. While others see Manila from skyscrapers, these people live a harsh, invisible reality beneath. Lagos, Nigeria, is home to Makoko, a floating shanty town that stands in stark contrast to the romantic canals of Venice. Makoko is a sprawling water settlement where hundreds of thousands live in harsh conditions, largely forgotten amid Lagos's rapid urban growth. Originally, Makoko was a small fishing village with poor families building simple huts on stilts over the water, relying on fishing for survival. But as Lagos became one of the world's fastest-growing cities, land became scarce and costly. Many, with no other options, moved to Makoko in search of affordable housing. Today, what was once a quiet village is a vast slum with over 200,000 people living in fragile wooden huts held up by rotting poles. The Nigerian government does not officially recognize Makoko as a residential area, so there are no public services. Residents lack access to health care, education, clean drinking water, and waste disposal. Narrow waterways run through the settlement, crowded with canoes navigating tight, busy paths. However, the water itself is highly polluted, as there is no sewage system. All household and human waste flows directly into the water, contaminating where people fish, bathe, and gather water. This pollution has devastating effects. Fishing, crucial for the community's survival, suffers heavily. Residents face common illnesses like cholera, typhoid, and malaria as part of their daily struggles. Children play in the contaminated water, and families cook with it. But despite these dangers, Makoko remains the only shelter many can find in one of Africa's most expensive cities. Life in Makoko is a constant fight for survival, marked by resilience amid extreme hardship in a city that too often looks away. Rinconada, Peru, is the highest permanent human settlement in the world, home to around 30,000 people living at an altitude of 16,732 feet in the Andes Mountains. Life here is grueling, with thin air making every breath a struggle, freezing temperatures, and no paved roads, only rough, unpaved trails through a harsh, hostile landscape. Despite these extreme conditions, thousands are drawn to Rinconada by one simple but painful reason: gold. The town sits near one of South America's largest gold mines, attracting people desperate to escape poverty and find fortune. Yet the dream of wealth is often misleading and cruel. Most miners have no contracts, protective gear, or steady wages. They work under a brutal system called Kokoro, where they labor for 30 days with no pay, hoping that on the 31st day they might find a bag of rocks containing gold dust. Few miners get rich, most remain in deep poverty while risking their health pursuing an impossible dream. Residents suffer from constant headaches and exhaustion due to oxygen deprivation. They endure contaminated water, crude shelters that offer no protection from the weather, high crime, and terrible sanitation. Temperatures often fall below freezing, and sudden snowstorms can strike without warning. Mercury pollution from gold processing adds toxicity to the already dangerous environment. These combined factors, altitude, extreme weather, and pollution, severely shorten life expectancy. Rinconada may promise gold, but it is truly a place of daily survival, a harsh battle between hope and reality where hope rarely wins. Subscribe now to explore more amazing places and stories of people living life on their own terms. There's a whole world waiting for you. Hidden in Tibet's majestic mountains lies Larung, one of the largest and most important Buddhist centers in the world. At over 13,100 feet above sea level, around 10,000 monks, nuns, and believers live here, united in a quest for enlightenment through scripture study and intense spiritual practice. The settlement's tiny, tightly packed houses stretch across the mountain slopes like a red sea of rooftops, creating a breathtaking, peaceful, and mystical scene. Each day, residents devote themselves to long teachings, reciting ancient sutras and silent meditation. When night falls, they return to their simple, unheated dwellings with only the bare necessities. Life here is harsh, marked by bone-chilling cold and thin air that makes every breath intentional. Yet these hardships are embraced as essential parts of their path to inner purity and enlightenment. Larung is special not just for its size or location, but for the strong sense of community. Though monks and nuns live in separate areas, the whole settlement functions like a spiritual family, bound by a shared desire for peace beyond material concerns. Reaching Larung is a tough journey. Visitors face steep mountain paths, narrow switchbacks, and difficult climbs that test body and mind. But those who arrive enter not just a town but a different world, where every moment, breath, and step is a mindful move toward harmony and spiritual growth. Imagine enduring 100 consecutive days of total darkness with no sunrise or daylight. This is the reality for scientists at Halley Research Station, located on a drifting ice shelf in Antarctica. The station is in one of the planet's most inhospitable places, where winter temperatures drop below -58 degrees Fahrenheit, and hurricane-force winds reach speeds up to 62 miles per hour. There are no trees, animals, or signs of life, just endless snow and ice under a pitch-black sky that seems infinite. Isolated from the world, scientists rely on each other as a second family, with no one else for hundreds of miles. Despite these harsh conditions that would challenge most people, they work tirelessly on critical research projects, studying climate patterns, the ozone layer, and natural phenomena vital to understanding Earth's future. Halley features revolutionary architecture to survive this brutal environment. It consists of 8 movable modules mounted on hydraulic stilts, allowing the station to shift across the ice. This prevents sinking into snow or burial under accumulating ice. Beyond its technology, the station symbolizes humanity's determination to survive and seek knowledge in the harshest conditions. Each year, a small, specially chosen group of scientists and engineers stays here for months, enduring extreme isolation that tests physical and mental limits. Preparation is intense, requiring resilience against freezing temperatures and psychological strain from darkness that can push many to the edge of sanity. All these sacrifices serve a greater purpose. Research from Halley VI significantly advances our understanding of climate change and unlocks secrets of Earth's remotest places. While the world carries on, these brave researchers endure cold and darkness to expand knowledge and help protect the planet we share. Off the coast of Colombia lies Santa Cruz del Islote, a tiny island barely larger than a football field but home to about 1,200 people. This makes it one of the most densely populated islands in the world. Despite cramped living spaces, limited access to clean water, and electricity for only 5 hours a day, residents refuse to leave. Why stay in such tough conditions? The answer is surprising. There are no mosquitoes on the island. For people in tropical regions, this is a rare and precious luxury. Elsewhere in the tropics, mosquitoes bring constant annoyance and deadly diseases like malaria, dengue fever, Zika virus, and yellow fever. These illnesses kill hundreds of thousands annually and cause suffering for millions. But on Santa Cruz del Islote, residents live in a mosquito-free oasis. They sleep without nets, work outside without constant swatting, and raise children without fear of mosquito-borne diseases. The original fishermen who settled here chose the island for its freedom from pests and health risks. What may seem strange to outsiders makes perfect sense to those used to relentless mosquito torment. For these islanders, their crowded home is a tiny paradise, not because of luxury or comfort, but because it offers peace, cleanliness, and protection from one of nature's most persistent and dangerous threats. Sometimes the absence of a small buzzing insect is enough to make a place feel like home and worth defending against all odds. These 15 incredible locations prove that humans can adapt to virtually any environment on Earth. From the silence of the Italian Alps to the mosquito-free shores of Colombia, each place tells a story of human resilience, determination, and the endless creativity we employ to survive and thrive. Would you dare to visit any of these places, or maybe even call one of them home? Let me know in the comments which location surprised you most, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories about the extraordinary places people call home. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.